That's incredible.
Perhaps this race should put some sort of excitement back in us. With the giant superspeedway ripe for action, it's anyone's race to win. Smith would lead the field to the green flag, and soon after, the field would fan out 3 and 4 wide. A lack of action allowed the field to make it to their first pit stop cycle of the day. But after Keselowski, Busch, Blaney, and others wreck, the field lines up for a short dash to the finish. It's JGR versus RFK as they exit turns 1 and 2.
Whoa! Something there it is! All right. Bell hard into the wall. That is a huge hit.
Well then, rack it up and try it again. It goes well this time, and after a bit of jostling at the front and hey, some 3 wide action, Larson manages to win the first stage. The second stage would be, for the most part, uneventful, the only action being Nemechek spinning out of a puddle exiting pit road. But as the final lap of the stage came, Wallace had to defend the lead. Cindric had a run and tried to pass Logano, but Wallace manages to win the second stage. This leaves Logano mildly frustrated.
Way to go, Austin. Way to go, you dumb. Way to go. What a stupid He just gave it to him. Gave a Toyota stage win. Nice job. Way to go. What the
The field, now on the final stage, once again goes into fuel-saving mode. And with one more pit stop needed, it becomes a question on who can capitalize. After the cycle of pit stops, Cindric and Priest lead the 2 lines. If this were any other generation of car, we'd be seeing moves from the back, but since nobody can get a fast enough run with enough help with this car, everyone plays follow the leader. Cindric and Priest are stuck in a drag race around the track. And here comes the trioval on the final lap. Does anyone risk glory?
Into the trial, the final time, jostling, 3 wide behind the first 2 rows. Cindric, Priest at the line. Who? Cindric.
Austin Cindric puts himself in the right position to win the Jack Links 500. And Super Speedway races in the next-gen car are just not as exciting as races in the Gen 6, the car tomorrow, or the Gen 4, or any other cars. I mean, you could at least do something with those cars, but with this car, I mean, there's just not much to do with it to try and take the win. And that's not to say the car is the whole fault. I mean, some of the drivers are just being a little too selfish. Because either you stay in line, or pull out and just drop down the leaderboard. But I guess what hurts as well is Priest finishing second, but hey, at least he got a good result. Thanks to the DQ, Logano falls out of the top 10 with Chastain moving into the top 10. Bell holds on to 5th after an early exit, and Blaney holds on to 8th after his early exit. Busch's fall continues as he goes from 9th a couple of weeks ago to 13th, only 20 points above the cutoff. But the cutoff battle comes down to Allmendinger and Busch, who are only separated by 6 points. Priest falls out of the playoff picture as he is 18th in points thanks to his DQ. Meanwhile, Hocevar climbs into the top 20. Gibbs' climb to the top sees him in 22nd after Talladega, while Nemechek loses the most spots this week. And I think it's time we schedule a wellness check for all Keselowski fans. The Cup Series heads on over to Texas for the Worth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. We are now deep into the season, and while some drivers like Byron and Bell are in good positions, others like Logano, Buescher, and Busch are going to need a good string of races for the month of May if they want to keep their season in good shape. It may come in a non-flashy style considering Texas is one of the worst tracks on the schedule, but who knows, maybe we might get another surprise like the 21 Texas race, but I'd keep your hopes down. And that will be all for today. I'm gonna keep this short, but we really need to see some sort of change with the next-gen car. If we manage to somehow make the COT better, then there's gotta be a way to make the next-gen car better, but if I'm being realistic, not much will probably be done. I'll be more surprised if they change anything prior to Daytona. Anyways, see you next week.
Chastain in the 1 car right here. Cody Ware go to the bottom, and Ross fake a block right there. Denny Hamlin doesn't really know what to do, and Ross kind of faded down, and that slowed the whole Toyota group up.